Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Oh!
Dire team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining.
Vengeful spirits.
Man stands ready.
Dire team pick.
Hello, my lovelies. How you all doing? We're back again. WePlay Season 3 continues the SEA Group Stage with First Departure taking the place of Team Towering. Ready for you now. 2 best of ones as we get ourselves cracking into the draft and find out what we're dealing with. Press 1 if the people being racist in chat can all get the hell out. I'm just going to start banning people. You're being naughty. You're being very naughty in Twitch chat, and I'm not standing for it. But we're getting to game, get ourselves ready and started. FD against TR, and I can welcome my lovely co-caster as well. Heen, what's going on, man?
I mean, not much. I mean, we just saw each other yesterday. Today's Malaysia versus Singapore. 2 rivals in the C region. I kind of miss the old, like, Tri-Nations and, like, the national... It's like the Olympics, you know? Where you have tournaments based on nationality. I mean, I don't know. It's like one of those things that kind of, like, became extinct, but nostalgia.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have teams that were pretty much split between nationality. You know, we had Danish teams, Ukrainian teams, American teams, but now everyone's globalized and moving themselves around the countries and everything like that. Now we've got teams, you know, Singapore and Malaysians mixing together. People moving from, you know, Australia to Korea and back to the Philippines and all sorts. It's great, but let's draft so far. OD, Earth Spirit, Death Prophet all banned out. First apart to get their hands on Nature's Prophet and Chen. And this is the makings of a nasty split, a nasty pushing lineup anyway. I think Lycan is probably going to be one of the bans here from Team Redemption as they take out Lone Druid and the Gyrocopter with Venge Sven as their pickups. You know, good ways of clearing through creeps with that cleave from Sven, good ways of farming. They do have to hold on to their towers early on. Now, one thing that I do want to talk about, just quickly before the draft progresses too much, is how the group stands. Moneski are currently 10-2. They've got 2 best of ones remaining to play, both against Fnatic. Fnatic haven't played any matches yet. They're waiting until after the Shanghai Major to play their games. Now, First Departure, if they win every single one of their best of ones, including these 2, they can tie themselves up with Moneski at the top with 10 wins. MVP Phoenix is 6-3. They can actually win their 5 remaining matches and go top of the group with 11 wins. TNC, Execration, Redemption, Trust, they do not have a chance of topping the group. But Fnatic, Moneski, MVP, and First Departure, they all still are in the running for that top spot in the group stage as the bands progress. First departure, what do you think they look to take out here?
Well, I think they want to take out something that can hold the, I think what Redemption want to do is presumably the Sven is going to be the carry position Sven, and he's going to be a monster unless like he gets aggroed or like the Chen goes into the enemy Radiant jungle and they have like some kind of dual lane to pressure the Sven, then that's a different story. But assuming the Sven gets complete free farm, well, they have to address the Sven at some point, like block the Ancients or contest the Ancients or force Sven to be more active in team fights. So they want to shut down heroes that are going to make that easy for Redemption to do. Just play without Sven for the first 15 minutes, because that's all he needs. 15 minutes, he's going to have Power Tread, Sanjin Yasha, Blink Dagger, win a team fight, and then he has like a BKB or whatever he needs. So yeah, I think first departure should be... They should think about the explosive nature of Sven.
Yeah, he is one of the kings of flash farming right now. You know, you look back in older patches where people were picking up the Shadow Fiend and stuff like that to clear through jungle camps quickly with magic damage. And of course, Ice Frog adds in this nice little cloak feature where magic resistance is given to them all, nerfs the bottle a bit, nerfs Shadow Fiend, and a couple of other these heroes that did like to dip back into the jungle. I mean, Lina was one of them as well, especially. But physical damage dealers, or people that can kind of just cleave through with physical damage, the Sven, the Gyrocopter, Juggernaut with Battle Fury, they've become incredibly more popular. Just being able to have that burst of farm up into the game. And speaking of Lina, picked up here by Redemption, I mean, it gives you a lot of wave clear. Pretty good at picking off heroes like Nature's Prophet, that AoE stun into the Sprout. But dealing with Chen, you just need someone who's long range that can start picking off these nasty little creeps he picks up from the jungle and defend your towers.
Yeah, for sure. I think there are two main ways to deal with Chen. It's either to, don't play around it. Don't address the Chen directly. You just Chen has to move around with 4 creeps, and whenever Chen's moving around with all his creeps, it's kind of easy to spot where he's going. So you trade towers, and the other way is to kind of bust it. Like you have a Swambo combo. You AA ult it, and okay, the puck for Chen. This is looking a lot like one of those alliance drafts, the Nature's Prophet for Bulldog and Puck for S4, Chen Anake, and it's going to be a very early game, high potential lineup that can just go around and win fights.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see what he does with it. Redemption. They have got a lot of stuns. They have got a lot of stuns here. Sven, Lina, Venge. I'm wondering whether this Lina heads into the mid lane. It's still relatively open. The Sven Lina combo we've seen plenty of times. Just being able to Stormhammer into LSA, Vengeful Spirit can follow through. This could be their roaming duo, and just leave Sven alone on bottom lane for a little bit once he gets into level 4, level 5. But Viper, yeah. So yeah, Viper picked up. That pushes Lina Venge into the support roles. And the final pick is going to be their offlaner, while first departure, offlane Nature's Prophet, mid puck, Chen in the jungle. They still need a safe laner, and their more active support, I want to say. The one that kind of controls the lanes and holds things together, or at least holds up that safe lane against whatever Redemption pick up. Beastmaster's still out there for Redemption. Pretty good offlaner, has the lockdown as well. Axes can wave clear on top of all of that. But first departure, do they go plan A and bolster their pushing power with a Lycan? Or do they go plan B and just go for a little more sort of team fight, maybe add a little more physical damage?
I think they can pick something super greedy all of a sudden, I don't know, for example, a Spectre, because I think if they go for an active carry, their lineup's gonna kind of fall off. Not many carries can keep up with the farming speed of Sven, and already Puck versus Viper. I mean, Puck's okay, but the hero as a mid hero compared to a lot of the mainstream mids doesn't do a lot of damage. It's a really good hero for setting up, nice team fights and all that. But at the end of the day, Puck doesn't really, kill people or push towers or do a lot of damage. And looking at First Departure's lineup, I don't think they have that damage source just yet. Sure that in the early game they can have the nicely combo Nature's Prophet ults on top of the Dream Quill, and Puck uses those combos, and for the first 15-20 minutes Puck's skills alone are going to do a lot of damage, but I think they need to have some reliable source of damage.
Well, there's the Lycan ban that I was kind of expecting a little bit earlier on. But first departure did take up that Witch Doctor. That's going to be that kind of static lane support that's keeping them all happy and friendly up on top lane. While Redemption, off laners, Darkseer was the ban. I mean, you could have had the good old, vacuum wall into cleave crypt from Sven that we've seen in the past. But other options here for offlane, Beastmaster is still out there. A lot of them are banned out though. Batrider, Darkseer taken out of the pool, Lone Druid is gone as well. What other good options do we have here? It's like Slardar, Spirit Breaker are kind of okay, I guess, just being able to chase people around the map and maybe clear them up. You are dealing with some squishies, but it's Broodmother. Team Redemption, the Mama returns. First departure, what do they do here to deal with this in lane?
Well, I think this Broodmother pick is basically limiting first departure's options of the carry. They have to be really careful because already Witch Doctor not the best hero against Broodmother in the lane, and Chen is going to be busy getting levels on or doing some other things in the jungle that's productive that doesn't involve keeping the Broodmother down. So their carry has to be pretty self-sufficient against Broodmother. Well, let's see, like Ember Spirit does pretty well against Broodmother. They need, it's kind of hard because, okay, Slark is not, Slark does pretty well against Broodmother, but not sure about Witch Doctor Slark against Broodmother though.
How they do, maybe if there's Chen active on the safe lane, like, you're right that Broodmother kind of limits first departure in their one roll pickup, but it also forces the Chen to maybe not move towards mid as often, The Chen's going to have to look towards the top lane, gank that Broodmother up, and make sure that Slark gets some semblance of farm up there.
Look at DDZ's playing the Broodmother. I've never seen DDZ play, off lane, so this could be an aggro try with those 3 stunners, and Brood mid should do pretty well against Puck, and possibly a Viper in the safe lane against a Nature's Prophet. But
Exactly what they do.
it looks like DDZ is going to play offlane Brood though.
Oh, changing things up. Change little overlay there, but we're good. Back into game. Team Redemption against first departure. Just going to reiterate what I said earlier. First departure, they need to win every single one of these best of ones they have remaining to have themselves a chance of topping this group stage. The best they can do is draw with Mineski so far with 10 wins and 2 losses. We'll see how they fare. See how they do. As we get into this laning stage and see what's going on. DDZ Broodmother up at top. Looks like heading into an Iron Talon actually. Quelling Blade and Rings Protection. Interesting stuff, given some wards and sentries by Zhang Zai there, as this Vengeful Spirit's going to be in the support role, just roaming around. Lance, mid-Viper it looks like, Wraith Band's up, MTR on the Lina, and just nothing over on that Sven. On the dire side, we've got Flossen Chen, Smoke already up in his inventory, Lovey Witch Doctor Miracle on that little old fishy. Slark, Pegasus, puck towards mid, and they're offlane, and Nature's Prophet Cal. He's going to have an interesting time here against all these stuns. Sure enough, he's got these little treants to try and help him harass out Sven, get some last hits. But I feel there are dark days ahead for Nature's Prophet against all of these stunners. It's top lane, it looks like it's a rune contest. DDZ with the web down already, and 4 heroes here. The Team Redemption forcing back first departure, and it's a double bounty rune pickup for the Radiant team.
Yeah, I think first departure should have put more thought into, just look at the lineup, count how many stuns there are on Redemption, and plus first departure, they have a Chen who is one of the worst heroes at the level 1 rune contest, so not getting that rune is so big because Puck versus Viper, I think you can only play this lane if you get a bounty rune. I'm sure it's not unplayable, but the matchup becomes very imbalanced if one side gets the bounty rune and the other side doesn't, especially if Viper gets it and Puck doesn't.
Yeah, like now Viper's got level 2, the Nether Toxin's up and running. Last hitting is this Puck. Even with Null Fairy Fire, it's not going to be easy for Pegasus. It's going to be a rough old time, and Lance, you're going to start seeing...
Cal.
Yeah, is he buying the bottom lane? Secondary stun comes out. Nature's Prophet's dead. Right-clicked into Oblivion. As they get their first blood up on this Vengeful Spirit, trying to block up the Venge with the Treants are doing a decent amount of damage back. It's not going to be enough. But yeah, the Viper, as soon as he hits level 2, you're just going to see his positioning switch from being on his ramp and playing relatively defensively, just looking for last hits, and then he goes hyper-aggressive mode. He knows he's ahead and consolidating this lead in the lane. He's gonna just do this by standing high ground and right-clicking Pegasus as much as he can.
Oh, the Chen rotation though, lands.
Wrapping on mid. Answer's losing a lot of HP. He's netted up, but the Fairy Fire is there. He's still gonna die before Pegasus gets that little kill in. Lawson not focusing on top lane, moving into mid, realizing this threat that Puck is under. That bounty rune mishap. But how's the top lane doing? Brood is 7-0, Slark is 6-1, Miracle is still getting some last hits in here. He's got Pounce and he's got the sentry wards here. So killing off Broodmother in these early stages, you know, it's not going to be too difficult. It's just going to be messy once the Brood gets her levels. And the fact you haven't shut her down at all and she's getting closer to level 3, it's going to get tougher and tougher.
Yeah, it really comes down to how much regen is Slark going to have until level 6. If he burns through all his regen at level 4, then it might get hard. Once like Broodmother gets a soul ring on top of that Bazzi and keeps spamming Miracle. But once he gets level 6, without too much problems, then he should do okay. He's gonna max Dark Pact, I'm guessing. Yeah. To deal with the spiders.
I'd assume so.
Oh.
What, DDZ still gonna get caught by the trap?
DDZ.
He's got the Pounce and DDZ's gonna die up on top. A good rotation again from Poloson's Chen. This Dark Troll getting them 2 kills in the first 3 minutes. Definitely working out, but it's not just this. Take a quick look at the jungle. And Poloson has been a busy little bee. He's been stacking camps, he's got a whole bunch of creeps all built up for himself in this jungle. And it's not as though he's just been focused on, you know, we very often see Chens go plan A or plan B. They either go plan A and they stack and farm the jungle, get a Wild Wing, get quick level 5, quick level 6, and then they go and be active. But Poloson's Chen, he's kind of gone middle of the road, but he's been very effective with this. Ganking mid, ganking top, but still building up bank in the jungle to try and kind of leverage himself some kind of access to these creeps and gold later on.
Yeah, I think Poloson has been having a dream game on Chen right now. As you mentioned, you either go for the ganks or you try to get a super fast level 6. But he's been, in a way, he's been like lucky. Like sometimes, like you can't know for sure that your ganks are gonna work all the time. It's just based on probability, the lanes. But so far, he made 2 rotations. They both worked. I think this might be later on like what changes the game so much, because we talked about how Puck was gonna have such a hard time against Viper. That first blood. Not the first blood, but that rotation on Viper was so big. It helps Pegasus so much. Look at his CS now; he's ahead of the Viper. And Broodmother, it's always super good to kill Broodmother early in the game, at least once.
Especially before she gets that level 5 and really piles on the pressure. Now you just look up at top again. Poloson's ready. Swing into action. This Radiant Sentry from DDZ doesn't scout out the dire one further up to the north, but look at bot lane. I saw what they were doing earlier. Lina was actually spamming Dragon Slave on the creep wave just to shove this in as hard as they possibly can. Treant's trying to drag the aggro of these creeps back. They're going to get a couple of them, but there's still another fresh wave coming in with a catapult. Team Redemption, they've got a good push in onto tier 1. It's going to be a nice boost of gold over to their supports, already with boots up. That boosts them up into Tranquils, into Arcanes, but it's also forcing Nature's Prophet into a really awkward position where he's died once. He's been farming jungle and he's got 6 last hits. Not the easiest of situations to be in.
Shanghai? Sven doesn't have a stun right now, but I think this is okay for Cal right now. Sure, there's not too much he can do, but at the same time, it's not like Redemption had full control of the zone behind the tier 1. You know, tower at 5 minutes, it's pretty fast, but you know, there are faster pushes. And, you know, the next tower is going to be pretty impossible for them, and now Cal's gonna not have to resort to only jungling. Gonna get a pretty good level 6.
Dude, Chen is level 6. 5.5 minutes in, 1 kill, 1 assist, level 6. Mech is, you know, 3/4 of the way done. Loson's an absolute monster. He's gonna come in and look for DDZ, but he just spins over the web. The little Spilings will try and clear up the Hellbear Smasher, and he gets the gold from it. They won't be able to catch the Brood. First the Parts are just hunting for anything they can. It looks like they'll try and push into this tier 1 at top, try and get some kind of... Oh, lobby. The Spidlings do so much damage, but Miracle with a level 3 Dark Pack just clears them up. All this money. They've done some good damage to the Witch Doctor, but now you look towards mid. Pegasus TPing out the LSA. Barely. Scratching the backside of Puck as he TPs out.
Yeah, things are going pretty well for First Departure. Not that it's going horribly for Redemption by any means. I think when you mentioned that First Departure sort of still have a shot, I started like, subconsciously started rooting for them.
Oh, it's a long shot. It's a long shot, but they do have a chance. We're saying, guys, they have a chance.
Yeah. I mean, their game yesterday was kind of heartbreaking. The Medusa game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like they were gonna do it, but kind of let down at the end. Another rotation from Pelosin, but this time Redemption are very well aware of this rotation.
Yes,
Nice D word.
Sven went for the very, very early Helm of the Dominator. At least they get the sentry down over into the ancient camp to stop him from stacking it up. But this is a Sven with Helm before treads. Just wants these stacks up as early as he can as they're actually diving in onto MTR, picking him off with the high ground attack. And the TP from Cal in deep behind this tier 1 tower. A good dream claw to land to Zhang Zai. It looks like they'll pick up a couple more. The Hellbear just chases down the Viper and with the final Ludery Orb, they pick him up. 2-0. And now they can push into tier 1 mid.
And Chen's gonna have a mech really soon. He skipped the arcane boots, which I'm not sure is the best choice. I think he should have gone arcane boots. It benefits his team a lot. No real arcane boots carrier on this team, like other than Chen.
Oh, I guess Witch Doctor could, but that's kind of a rare sight. More about those tankles. Oh, nice deny from MTR. Lina swings one in. What we're looking at for the Radiant supports actually, there's Arcanes on the Lina. Zhang Zai still yet to pick up his secondary boots, but 300 gold, Urn of Shadows isn't that far away. The trouble is with these pushes into the middle lane. My lights go out. Someone has turned off the lights in the studio. It went dark for a second. The trouble with the push into the middle lane is that they've left DDZ up on top lane against Miracle. He pops the Dark Pact and his ultimate as well to try and swing it back into DDZ, but there are no sentries here for the Dire team. Apart from the one further south, and he doesn't clear up these Spiderlings either, so he's just going to have to dip back into the fog, heal himself up with that nice little shadow dance. Lobby. That was an attempted pull. Not fully successful. Not going to clear up the Spiderlings this time. It's just...
Yeah, DDZ is just being really annoying with it, making it look like, it's going to be a... how many spiders is that? It's so hard to tell.
Many.
Many, yeah. 15.
It's like the old Mutalisks in StarCraft 2, when they used to be able to fit on the same
Oh!
pixel.
Pelosin, he broke the smoke, but... He unknowingly broke the smoke, but unfortunately it was Lina that was in the front at the Venge.
Not able to get that kill. What do you think the Broodmother buys into? Because Sol Ring is kind of normal. Aquila, maybe for me, is a little bit unusual. I don't know about sort of Southeast Asian Broodmothers, but Aquila seems a little bit unusual. It's not bad or weird or anything. It's just something I don't see too often. What's the kind of primary item you're aiming for?
I think Orchid can be nice this game. It can pressure the Puck and both Slark and Puck into awkward item builds. So Puck is going to almost always have to go Yules, assuming DDZ is going to be active about like using the Orchids. And Slark, I mean, he has Dark Pact, but it's like Broodmother is going to get an Orchid on you, and you can't just Dark Pact, like knowing that you're gonna. This is the moment that Broodmother is gonna Orchid you. So he might also have to go something else. I've seen Miracle go Yules on Slark before. Well, this was when Yules was an imp item, didn't cost that much mana, and it was pretty neat because Slarks, they don't have a stun, right? So he went around and people put in TP when they got jumped on by Miracle, and it provided a pretty good utility for his team. Might see that again.
Nifty stuff.
Yeah, Smoke here. Smoke here from Chen and Puck.
I don't think Brood saw this. And the fact that Puck also has a haste that was bottled up, the smoke will break. They're TPing in off the lamp, the Deathwood is dropping, now it's there, the Sprout comes through, and Pegasus should be able to clear this one up. Lance, caught down in the river, tries to turn and fight against Cal, but it'll never be enough damage. With the Chen actually swinging through. We're searching for another target. Zhang Zai is here with the DD runes, the Dream Call available for Pegasus to throw, but he doesn't have the vision. Zhang Zai will be spotted now by this Dire Observer Ward. But Chen thinking about going in on this. They just want to try and deal with DDZ up at top as Miracle with the dust is trying to pick him off. DDZ, another pounce here in 3 seconds time. The Dark Pact is out, but the dust is about to wear off. And the Broodmother will get herself away. This big stack for Sven. That's a big jump up in net worth. And that's going to be his full Sanj, and he's going to be, 3/4 of the way to Sanj and Yasha.
I think this is pretty big that Redemption are able to take this safe lane tower from first departure out before they lose their tower. I think usually if you can push a tier 1 against Broodmother, and then afterwards, like, it's not bad that you're losing a tier 1 against Broodmother. It's normal actually, but to lose it without doing that much damage to Broodmother's tower is kind of like I think mid game, late game, they're gonna kind of regret not pressuring that tower a bit more.
Ken has the mech. Is being shoved back by this Sven, but jumps straight back on him with this early blink dagger. 12 minutes in, goes to the dream call and just nothing. He's going to throw a stun, but who's he throwing on? There's a Slark, there's a Pug that is jumping around and dancing all over this Sven. And now they're dancing on his grave as he's 6 feet under. I don't know what he was aiming for, moving himself up into this dire jungle. The stacks or something, but he just got picked off so easily. And this is your level 10 Sven, the guy with 6,500 net worth, giving across a whole bunch of gold to this Slark.
Yeah, this really sucks on Sven to die at this stage of the game. It's like basically dying on Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage has pretty standard timings on, like, everyone knows what time you should get your Battle Fury, your Vlad, Yasha, Manta, and for Sven, there's so much farming potential to die at this minute mark where he has like relatively the highest farming speed compared to everyone else. It's gonna be so big. Now FD, I think easy Roche, and Miracle's gonna get it probably. I don't see much point in anyone else taking it.
Must be Miracle.
Yeah.
He's up the top, dealing with his top lane. EDZ though takes full control of the enemy jungle. 3,300 gold is saved up by this Broodmother. Still yet to decide what she was going for. It doesn't look like we'll see the old Midas.
Oh, Pelosin.
Oh, trapped and caught the Chen. He can try and TP out as he the stun out. Microing creeps very well, but now I think the chance is gone. He's just gonna have to try and run himself out with this one.
Oh, Lina.
And Kiara, just Lina is actually dropping. He doesn't put it down, but the Laguna Blade back up the lobby. Miracle Slot trying to pound into this Sven. He's got his shadows at the front, invisible, and Sven dropping so low. He's cleaving through Miracle Slot. The Aegis is gone, but they'll still pick up the beefy guy with a slamming sword. But it's not over just yet. Lats TPing away during that dream call, but it's a 4-man sweep. As first departure lose only their Chen and Nature's Prophet. Slark, sure enough, to drop the Aegis, but that's a big chunk of gold that's going the way of first departure.
Yeah, what a team fight for FD. Like, losing the Aegis, I mean, I think ideally you don't want to lose the Aegis on Slark, right? Because he can do so much with, just barely surviving with a sliver of life, then coming back. But still, looking at how the team fight went, it was completely worth it. And I think Pelosin kind of created the team fight there. He was able to drag Redemption away from their tier 2 or their general jungle area. He was going to die no matter what, but he made it so that it was convenient for first departure to come and clean up. And as the 4 people were chasing Chen, Lina took so much damage, and like Witch Doctor came up and just made things a lot easier to kind of salvage that team fight. It was more than salvaging, they completely turned it around.
And then we go back to what we were saying about the Sven. His big burst farm capability, it's kind of been neutered here. Like the Sven is, with that one death towards the dire jungle, then his second death in his own jungle, he's been neutered a little bit. We're so used to seeing, by 20 minutes, a Sven having like 15,000 net worth, something along those lines, just stacking and farming Ancients over and over again, clearing through jungle camps, and like you said, having Helm... Oh, DDZ. The dust is there, and Miracle should be able to clear this one up. Trying to block him with a spine link isn't going to quite work out, and the Broodmother... Oh, he gives Miracle a dominating streak, as this guy is now 4-0-2. Clearing through these heroes, but yeah. And we see him with like Sanj and Yasha, Blink, BKB, Daedalus by like 25-30 minutes, and he's just a monstrosity to handle. But I think First Departure have done a very good job.
Yeah, I think definitely First Departure are playing really well so far, but I try to think about what the reason is that Redemption are not quite playing their A game. I think it might be the Broodmother and the Sven. So I talked about how Sven, you want a team that can play without the Sven, because it doesn't take too long for Sven to become relevant, just by farming the Ancients and the jungle. But with the Broodmother, it's almost like playing a 3-on-5, and then you have a Viper who's not exactly a tempo controller. So Sven might be feeling forced to, be more active. I mean, he does have the stun after all. It's not like you can always rely on this poor Venge to find someone and, he's slow. Sven, he has Warcry. He can, be in the front line pretty confidently. But they have to be really careful about the balance. They don't want to pick Sven and have a Sven who's not top 1 net worth. Like, he's losing to the Slark. Slark is not a fast farmer. I mean, okay, he did feed a lot on the Spiderlings, but Sven, I think, should have been well ahead of Slark.
I think I agree with this smoke up and a Shadow Blade from Slark, also with an ultimate orb. They're going to try and pick
Oh,
up.
Shanghai.
Drop Shanghai, he's trying to the dog pack is there. He's going to be stunned up. Rubina taken out with the Thunder Blade. They're going to try and chase this one through, but Peloton is trapped. The Spiderlings chase him down. Even the Wild Wing Ripper won't be able to slow this advance from Team Redemption. That sentry ward from the little old Venge.
The buyback, though, Slark.
Just to
Sven.
But you're right, Miracle trying to fight up, but this might be a dieback. Sven cleaves through the Witch Doctor and nearly takes Miracle with him. A wave of terror. Definitely putting the fear of God into the little Slark. That buyback, I didn't even realize it happened, but he's trying to jump straight back into the fight. He wants more, he wants to kill off Lance. He's going in with the Dark Pack and the Pounce is there as well, but Miracle is dying.
No.
Dropping again?
Burn, baby.
First departure. What has happened?
Dire structures are fortified.
That team fight could have gone completely differently if either Miracle, had the focus to realize that if he doesn't use ult right there, he's gonna die, or if Peloton used the Chen heal. Oh man, they're falling apart. I mean, this Redemption lineup is really scary if, the Slark just dies, and this is the first time there was a real 5-on-5 fight on even grounds.
This is kind of where you take your hands off the keyboards, put your hand to your mouth, and you just go, oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie, dear.
And we were talking about that Sven net worth being, trailing behind the Slark, and now look at Slark. He lost 1k net worth, I think.
Like 1500. He lost like.
Was it? Well, he was almost at 9k, and then he died back.
Yeah.
He died twice, used buyback. Sven gained like 2k.
It was like a 4.5k swing, something like that. Yeah, oh my god, look at the graph. From 3,000 net worth lead to first departure. Now with the tower, the kill on the Chen, the pushing forward, all of these objectives being taken. It's a 7k, maybe 8,000 net worth swing. Going back the way of Team Redemption, experiences the same kind of story, 4k up to 3k. That's an insane turnaround here for Team Redemption. This Broodmother now, got all the space in the world, can start looking to pick off a couple of heroes like this Chen. Still no arcane boots up on Peloton, going straight into the Aghanim Scepter. DDZ's got his number. One web is all he needs to find the pick-off on Peloton. He's waiting and biding his time though, pops his ultimate. Who's he gonna go for? He wants to try and kill the puck. Pegasus is a bigger takedown. This is the quarry he wants, and he should be able to get it with the Orchid there and the damage output. It's more than enough. Or just nothing.
Yeah, this is gonna be so annoying for Puck. He doesn't have that much gold, and of course you still have to go Blink first on Puck, but this hero doesn't really farm well. They can't really hit jungle. It's like it's a waste of a hero to just farm all day on Puck. So I'm worried for Pegasus. How is he gonna avoid getting raped by Orchid every team fight? And same for Miracle too. He doesn't really have anything other than the Shadow Blade. The ultimate orb's there, but it's just an ultimate orb. Doesn't really do anything until he completes it. Oh, the gem on swap.
Yeah, still alive. Oh yeah, that's right, there's also a gem swap over, wasn't there? That was Chen's gem. Pegasus actually bought that one up. Puck gave that across when he died earlier on. And now you're just seeing Miracle kind of strategically trying to pick people off, but there's a little hint of desperation there. He knows he needs to go kill these heroes out. But Team Redemption, they're grouping up as packs of 2, 3, 4, and they're always ready to save each other up.
Yeah, and Sven does have that BKB. I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but yeah, he's going to be able to be more confident and not get kited, basically. That's a big point. It's not because he's afraid of dying. He didn't really have that much trouble dying earlier, but with the BKB, he can probably go on the backline, basically. Leave Puck and Slark to the rest of his team, and then he can go for, the Nature's Prophet, Wish Doctor, Chen's Creeps.
At least they'll catch the Lina here.
It's gonna be a big kill for Gem.
Miracle will clear that one up. The Gem is taken back. The TP's coming in from Team Redemption. DDZ spins the web, looks to kill. Chen is trapped, stuck, and dead. That Orchid really clearing them up as Cal tries to TP. There's no further stun, and of course there's no swap. A straight 1-for-1 trade here. First departure in and out very quickly though, realizing the sticky predicament they're in if they stay around a little bit too long.
Oh, that was still very worth. They got the gem back. On the Slark too. Slark, another great hero to carry the gem. And DDZ went for boost of travel. I didn't really see this coming.
I guess that allows him to join, like split push and then join a team fight whenever he wants to. Because he's been doing that,
yeah.
he's been fighting relatively well.
Yeah, but then again, I can see the reasoning being that the Orchid is going to be so effective in team fights. They don't really have answers to the Orchid. Puck, it's a crapshoot. He has to basically guess where the Broodmother is going to come out of and when he's going to get Orchided. Same for Slark.
MTR. And Lina, Aether Lens heading into the Aghanim Scepter very quickly, and we've seen how much damage this Lina can do if she's allowed to throw the Laguna Blade onto the slot. He's not a tanky man. Miracle, he's got, you know, Ultimate Orb still, 2100 gold in the bank. Skadi is reasonably close, but with Roshan back up, Team Redemption will want this Aegis just to snatch it away from first departure. You know, you look at it and think, well, Team Redemption, they don't have a hero that necessarily needs it. They're all pretty tanky, they're all very beefy in these team fights, and it's difficult to kill them off with the damage that first departure has at their disposal. But if they can stop Slark from having the Aegis, that's a massive bonus for them. EDZ
Yeah,
gives it up
for
and
sure.
not actually smoking on in there.
I think an Aegis on Viper might be pretty okay too, if they're confident that Sven's not going to die in team fights. Because Viper is going to make it so that Slark's going to get kited all team fight.
Helping you have to track down this Broodmother for quite some time. Pegasus, he jumps in looking for TDZ. Oh, Broodmama spins on over. Hiding in her own jungle. This is the thing. Early on it was relatively easy with the Chen rotating in, the smokes, the dust, the sentries were kind of free-flowing with the kills they were getting, but now, the supports, they're limited in what they can buy, and okay, Chen is closing in on that Aghanim Scepter. Do you know what the reasoning behind not buying Arcanes is? Because it still seems very awkward.
I think because he had such a fantastic game, he kind of he did the math and he was like, okay, if I skip Arcanes, I can probably have mech by, 8 minutes. And, how are they going to team fight into us? They already have a Broodmother who's going to, do his own thing. And Sven probably doesn't want to be too active about, early game fights. And then once you get the mech, then I don't know, one thing leads to another. You're like, well, why not just go for the Ags and, get a point booster? Looks like Lobby went for the Arcane Boots. I'm surprised that he has Arcane Boots on top of 1k gold. There's a smoke coming from Redemption. Then they do have the Blink Dagger on Sven, so there's gonna be... Oh no!
Promotion completely screwed up by the Sven as he continues chasing down DDZ. He's gonna hunt down the Chen and should be able to clear him up. Meanwhile, on the side, the Native Prophet TP's away, but DDZ death warded out and he's gonna be killed off by the little Witch Doctor. Look at him go, but look at him die as well. Lobby taken out, now it's a 3-0. Colossus gonna tick over to this urn, slowly but surely dying. And he pops his stick and it might...
what? Wilson?
Until he turns around.
I think that to be some kind of control group error.
Yeah.
He juked the Wave of Terror so well too.
Yeah, he did win Terror, he stick charged through, he was gonna survive on like 10 HP, but Zanzai gets picked off by Miracle. Sure, this was the greatest move though, he still gets Shadow Dance. Lina wants to battle up against him, but it's a TP away now. This is where Miracle needs that Yule Scepter you were talking about. He just gets TP'd out on. At least now he has the Skadi.
That wasn't the worst, I guess.
Yeah, they got the Brood in the bench.
Yeah.
Chen, Witch Doctor.
Yeah, the Brood kind of was way too overconfident going to the tier 2, and they didn't give up Roche. In fact, it looks like they're gonna give a go at it. Slark, not the best hero against Roche, but I think what's his name? Just nothing sort of softened up Roche for them to maybe a third down from full. So they have a shot at this, getting Roche.
that gives Miracle the real big boost to not only his strength in team fights, having the double life, but it's having that morale boost. You know, it's like, right, we've got Roshan, we can go and do stuff now. We're not the ones on the back foot. We're not going to be waiting for Team Redemption to run at us and maybe get picked off by the smoke ganks. You know, the big Stormhammer from Sven in that previous one was massive.
Oh, there he breaks
here,
it.
catches two again, he's the same two with Evo dead. The Glimmer gets money will save him as the pop spaceship out of reality. But look to the side as Witch Doctor dies, Lena is dropped, and the Chen is escaping off to the back end of the fight, but Aegis is down. Miracle. This is going to be difficult to escape from. He's got his shadow down, he's going to leak himself away, pounces back to safety, but the Sven has BKB still. Puck, the elusive little devil, will try and pop herself out of this fight, and it looks like she'll succeed. Another good little skirmish there for first departure. Nature's Prophet is split pushing top, split pushing. He's just doing his own thing.
Shanghai.
Gold saved up on him with the Aghanim Scepter as well. But down towards the Radiant Jungle. Zhang Zai is being TP'd on. Sprout through. Damage output's good. Nice to turn a fight, but Miracle joins the party. Says thank you very much.
Over at bottom, Pegasus.
Yo, oh, you're right. They know the BKB's down. 40 seconds. There's no TP on the Sven. He can't keep his damage up. He's not blink away and does nothing. He's dropping low. He's going to have no HP left, but oh. First departure, they've got their eyes on a bigger prize. DDZ is going to be the kill of the day. Turned into...
Oh, over here. Miracle on Lance.
Oh my god, where? Team! Thank god you're here! There's kills everywhere! Lance, the pounce misses! Miracle, a little bit of a misplay.
Oh, those micro!
Blocking him up, a great play from Cal, keeps him alive, and Miracle into the ultimate form. MTR can't get all good to play it out, and Miracle will just hop, skip, and jump away, but Sven, he's back in! Clears up the Nature's Prophet as Miracle going to battle with MTR, but the Laguna Blade nearly drops him. He's on a quarter of his HP, and Sven doesn't have the stun for another 2 seconds.
Bottom.
Oh my god, what's happening down the bottom lane, Heen?
It's Alliance. It's the SDA Alliance.
Back, Pegasus, phase shift away. The stun is good onto Peloton, and his god strength is still lasting a reasonable amount of time. The blink away from Puck will TP out. Peloton surviving as Miracle to fight up against the Sven, but it's not a man fight you can take. Leaps away.
Wow. What just happened for the past 2 minutes? I mean, how are people? It's almost like there's 4 Nature's Prophets in the game. Like, how did people get from point A to point B and just all over the place? Oh, DDZ.
Oh my god, no. Is he dying as well? It looks like he is. Miracle.
Oh, the mischance.
Clear him up from lobby. Well done there. Well, the first departure Lance. So Lance comes in to try and clear through the creep wave.
Miracle has 22 stacks. They have to be really careful about this.
No respect for
like, he is so confident right now.
BKB in the gold strike, 8 seconds first off cooldown. Miracle just pounds into the Sven. This BKB is giving him some respite. No! Cancels the TP.
He was TPing too.
Still gonna get the Sven away from this, but just look at that DPS from first departure. Miracle back up to a double kill streak. And Slark. BKB's nearly done. Cal with the Mjolnir almost completed. Team Redemption, yeah, slipping away from them.
Yeah, it's like a reverse of what happened to first departure. Like that dieback. This is like even 2 times the magnitude of what just happened there. How many kills did they get for the past 2 minutes? I think they got 9 kills or something ridiculous like that.
Lots. Lots and lots. Like the trouble is with the graph, it doesn't update very quickly. So like we can see like a 6 for 3 exchange kind of thing for first departure. But just looking at the swing, 2.5k lead for FD, swings up to like a 7,500, back down again. It's like 10k swings to and fro. It's
Ags. I mean, okay, we basically there were too many fights and we didn't get to catch up on the items. So there's Ags complete on Chen. Axe complete on Nature's Prophet. That was a while ago, but he almost has a Mjolnir. He does have the money for a Mjolnir, and he's going to put it on Slark, I'm guessing, in the team fights. Puck's going to go for the Ags, which I didn't have time to mention. Ags, Puck, really good against Sven. It's going to outlast the BKB duration. Sven can't really move later on. And then Slark almost, he does that BKB now. Now, first departure is all set, sort of, at least. Like, they got... Everyone but Witch Doctor got items they need, and okay, Witch Doctor even has a Glimmer Cape on top of like the point booster he bought. So everyone on first departure is just happy right now. Let's talk about Redemption though. Sven has a boost of travel so early on. I think he was like feeling way too confident about the previous fights, and I don't know. I think yeah, that should have been like something else. Like he needed like Daedalus or AC, Butterfly.
I'm in two minds about it. I feel the same way as you do, like 70%, that he was overzealous and felt very confident and was like, right, Boots of Travel is going to allow me to split push and join fights and do all this. Then the other, like, 30% in me, I kind of feel that Sven maybe was thinking we're being split pushed and just that there are fights happening everywhere so often and so quickly that I need to be able to react and TP, deeper into a fight than I normally would with a regular TP scroll because they have no towers left after this tier 2's gone. They've got no way of kind of crossing the river apart from Boots and Travel. So if Sven is farming, let's say, the Ancients or a jungle camp on his side of the map, and Viper or Broodmother is getting picked off somewhere else, just being able to TP into that fight a little more readily and being available. Oh, Miracle. Miracle, you sneaky little devil. Sees the little sentry ward down, but he also spotted DDZ. And stuff like this, the Sven actually TPing from top tier 3 to bottom tier 3. So it's the little things like that where he's able to jump into the fight a little bit faster, and of course jumping onto these little spiderlings as well. Boots of Travel definitely help out, but Miracle's hunting the Slark. Fishy, he's looking for a delicious little meal, but he's not going to find one. 5 people from Team Redemption.
He's basically unkillable.
Count stock packs, see you buddies, I am out of here.
Yeah, I mean the points you raise about Sven are fair, but is it enough, basically? I mean, let's go back 15 minutes in time, basically when he had Power Trends, Sanjin Yasha, and Helm of Dom. Now you add Boost of Travel, Blink Dagger, BKB. There's not much damage increase. So for 15 minutes, this Sven has been having basically the same damage output. Of course, he has higher level God Strength and higher level everything, but it's gonna... I mean, people are getting tankier and like they're having more utility. He does need to make up for his damage. Just because you have God Strength, it doesn't mean you can just go all utility, no damage. I think at no point in the game should Sven get bullied like Slark like that. I think Slark has to be... Like, just now, Miracle pounced on Sven, and he was ready to man-fight him, and Sven was not ready to man-fight Miracle, so... he needs raw strength first, before he cares about, like, getting split pushed.
I can see that. Well, Miracle, he's going to start needing a Basher or an Abyssal Blade or something to deal with his TPs out. Like, I'm not sure. Oh, the Blink bottom lane, Pegasus. Actually, very aggressive, but he has the...
Over at top.
To get him started out this one, you're right up at the top. Miracle has actually zapped down with a good blade, and the Chainstone's perfect from Team Redemption. Clear up the Slark and reclaim, or reclaim that gem. Originally owned by Pegasus, but it's swapped hands so many times, who even cares? But, yeah, Slark, Abyssal or MKB?
On the Slark?
Yeah.
Probably Abyssal. I think Abyssal's much nicer. I don't see anyone immediately picking up Evasion. I mean, the Broodmother shouldn't even be able to hit the Slark all that often. Oh, Abyssal is just much nicer. I think it's scarier to play against. MKB is for when Slark can't kill anyone, but at the way teamfights are going, if Slark, Miracle just now, he got smoke ganked, but if he's focused, then he's not gonna... Oh, nice Sprout. Oh, that was the perfect Sprout.
Beautiful Sprout, honestly. That gorgeous little play there from Cal.
Yeah, they're gonna get the Aegis here. It's way too awkward for Slark to buy back and contest this Roach. The risk is too high.
It's gonna be Aegis and cheese. Team Redemption, Sven can drop his treads. Pick Aegis up. Viper that's taking it, actually. Sven not gonna pick anything as DDZ gets the cheese for himself. Blink, Orchid, Boots of Travel. 2,000 gold for your little brood mama. What we're seeing actually from the rest of them, Glimmer Cape on the Vengeful Spirit, no upgraded boots. Now Lina picked up her Ags quite a while ago, and that's something that I've been looking at and thinking is going to be the key fight turner here for TR. If MTR can land a big Laguna Blade onto Miracle, like through his BKB, maybe pick off the puck with someone like that.
Oh, Cal.
Getting jumped, he's getting screwed. He's getting done from the back by the Lina. Miracle actually jumps in to try and fight this, but he's losing his HP very quickly. The Lina TP's out, Sven jogs himself away. The rest of Team Redemption reset and get ready for the next wave of fights.
Yeah, I think Redemption are still frustrated that, okay, they got the Aegis, they got the cheese, they got a pick off on Cal, but look at the creep waves. They are having trouble managing the creep waves, and on top of it, they have Broodmother, which is a horrible hero. It's just like, it's one of those heroes that you go into late game and it's just, whoever plays Broodmother is so frustrated. This hero is just very bad. Once the environment where she excels at, it doesn't apply anymore.
What does DDZ do? Like, you're farming. That's what the Broodmother's been doing for the past 10 minutes or so. Farming and farming, trying to bait out some aggression onto her. The thing is, FD haven't actively tried to hunt down this Broodmother. I don't think they're particularly scared about DDZ on this hero. Just clearing through Ancients time and time again. He's limiting the farm of FD, of course, by taking out these camps. But another gem on this gen. That might be an indication of what they're looking for. Of course, there's the Glimmer Cape on Zhang Zai. The Broodmother's a scary little beast. If you do face her up in a team fight, and this is a very
lobby.
interesting little rat here. They've got full vision of the for him moving across. TP from there just to drop it back towards the Ancients, but it's going to be Lobby and Miracle that are scattered out, just nothing. And he's just going to get a free kill.
The cast!
It's bouncing the screen when the Glimmer Cape is there. Lobby can try to TP out, but no. Nah, mate. MTR's there with the Laguna Blade. No way you're escaping that one.
Now Redemption going back to, you know, we got a kill, but the main problem hasn't gone away. That they can't really control the map still. The gem is going to be so big. I think who's carrying it right now? No one's has it on the stash yet. It's on this courier.
Going to. Who's it delivering?
Oh
God,
well, hold on.
Wait, Miracle. Where is he? Because
Next up, that's
battered out by just nothing. But he cleaves through the Ancients and takes him out with the cleave damage. Zhang Zai pounced up and held in place, but Pegasus can use himself up and maybe try and get the Orb Blink away. The phase shift is there and the Blink is available. The Miracle, he's on the run, retreating from the Sven. Pegasus cannot rejoin his fight. The Blink forward aggressively. The BKB's there for the damage. The Sven with a godlike shriek and a double kill. First departure again and again, losing out in these fights because they're just a little bit too antsy. They want to get these pickoffs. Team Redemption are just so snappy and quick with their response that it's just not possible.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, to be honest. I felt like they could have been. It wasn't like Redemption were smoked. They should have had the cover of night vision, and I guess it was unfortunate. The courier was coming with the gem, and had they gotten the gem earlier, like somewhere more secure towards, like, so let's say the Dire Ancients, they could have systematically gotten rid of all these wards and kept vision blind.
Takes the Orchid off with the Yule Scepter. The TP's coming in. MTR's ready with the Laguna Blade again. Just nothing, he's got his ultimate available, and this tier 3's dropping pretty quickly. The swap back and forth is going to catch him, the mech is there, but the LSA from Laguna Blade takes out the 10.
Oh, that's an Axe, which stopped her.
He's got his Satanic healing up through the damage he's dealing. DDZ is barely dropping, he's still got the cheese. He turns back as fights out, done for the LSA, and Lena clears up the fight. Brood Mama, the tanky little woman on the front lines. As Team Redemption take the first lane of racks 40 minutes in, they'll leave the ranged one up for now. They're a little bit worried about Miracle pouncing in and finding any kind of collateral kills here. They group up on the high ground. Cal's keeping aggressively.
This can be a dieback for Cal.
Stun doesn't catch anybody. He thinks he's going to play a little bit more aggressively, but he's going to TP away. There's no Dream Coil, no Yule Scepter, and nothing to stop the Lena from escaping. Lance, on the other hand, Lance the Viper. Gonna watch.
Yeah, it's a necessary sacrifice. They've got more than what they aimed for. I mean, they got a Rax, they forced a buyback. They only lost Viper. Lance was, I mean, to be honest, not that important in the grand scheme of things.
Now, wait, hang on a sec. Yeah, Aegis expired, right? Yeah, it did. That's kind of unfortunate. Wait, the Viper didn't die, did he?
During the team fights?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't use the Aegis. It expired before the team fight happened. Because it would have expired like 40 seconds ago, so I'm just wondering if Viper lost it just before he got picked off. It doesn't matter, he died anyway. Probably would have died twice with others. But
It would have been worse. Slack would have gotten free essence shift charges.
those stacks being built up. Well, for now, first departure. They've got to rebuild the Chen army, pick up a couple more big black dragons, get some ancient granite golems, do one of these thunder hides. What's their late game plan with Chen, Nature's Prophet, and Witch Doctor? None of these heroes particularly strikes me as a late game hero that can really effectively shove high ground.
They're good heroes at controlling the map, I think. They can do some cool things with the Nature's Prophet. He has a Hex now, so no one on First Departure, Redemption, can safely walk around by himself. Although they do have 3 Boots of Travels.
BOT. Put around the map wherever they please.
I think the problem for First Departure right now is that they can excel in teamfights that start off as skirmishes, or there are multiple points of engagement. There's a 2-on-2 here, 1-on-1 here, and then things get chaotic because they have the mobility, they have like global heals, so it's efficient. But on a straight 5-on-5 fight, no one wants to go in the front. Even Slark, you don't want to. If you pop BKB and Shadow Dance at the start of the fight, then there's a low chance that you're going to be able to clean up later on. And then who else is left? Oh.
Pegasus, the orbit going forward, keep going back, and now he's dead. The one-hit kill from Sven. The punch will bring him to the land of the living, but look at the back end of the fight as DDZ comes his BKB and tries to fight Polosin, but the Glimmer Cape is there. With these ancient creeps as well, just to try and quell this push in. But the question is, how do they deal with the Sven? The Dreamclaw is out, but the Chen is gone. Pegasus is flipping aggressively forward, trying to get himself into the fight. The Death One is down. The Miracle of BKB doesn't help you against the cleaving power and strength of just nothing. Jandai is going to be the contemplation kill, but I think it might just be all over. First Departure lose 2 off the bat, and Miracle, oh Miracle, cleared up and killed off with no buyback available. Sven on full HP and full mana. Team Redemption. Looks like they're going to clean up house.
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty over. Sven is, even without strength, just does way too much damage. Even the Lina is so strong, level 19, that many items.
Pressure orb Sven.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okie dokie. It's not as though there was a long cooldown on God's strength anyway, but he just buys a refresher and pops it. What the hell? So the Desolator on the Broodmother, clear up the buildings. GG's about to call. It's all over. And this does put a dampener on because First Departure no longer have a chance of tying up that top bot with Mineski. They no longer have a chance of qualifying for land. It's kind of unfortunate for them that this game, or the remainder of their games, were all or nothing scenarios. Well, that best of 1, Team Redemption, good showing, good play. A few little slip-ups here and there from FD. But we do have another one. We have another best of 1 between these exact same 2 teams, and I hope for another 45-minute cracker after we come up.